So we're going to use ChatGPT to summarize some accounts and develop a trial balance and then finally calculate net income. So to do so, let's go ahead and upload the data. So I'm just kind of dragging it in. You'll note that I started with a new chat so it's fresh and I can see what it looks like here. I can see the various account names included here. I can quickly see a debit and a credit and who approved them. I've also got a column here of the income statement and the balance sheet, the type of account it is, included there as well. So now I'm going to ask it to summarize each of these transactions by account name and their respective debit and credit balance. And so you can see what that looks like. And so this would be essentially posting to the general ledger is what it would look like. And so I'm asking it to send it there. One of the things we do in accounting though is we net out the debits and the credits. So if the debits are bigger than the credits, then we have a net debit account. If the credits are greater than the debits, we're going to subtract the debits and have a net credit account. And so we're going to go ahead and ask it to do that so it's not automatically going to provide that. Okay, so here's the summary, and you can kind of see total debits and credits, and it looks like it has not netted that out. So you can see sometimes when it has both there, and I'd like to have the net balance. And so I can ask it to provide a net balance to get the debits or the credits. I'm going to go ahead and use my prompt to do that. But even recognizing what it needs to do is instructive. So I'm going to have it calculate a net debit. If the debit is greater than the credit, then I want it to subtract that and have a net debit. And I'm going to do the same thing here to create a net credit. If the total credits is greater than the debit, then it's going to provide that. So I can see what that looks like in terms of net debits and net credits. I'm going to check a few of these, and it looks like that's working out the way I'd like it to. So now I'm going to calculate a net credit account by using this prompt for each account name. If credit is greater than debit, then I want it to calculate some net credits, because that's what I'm going to use, and that's what, when we post the trial balance, what it would provide. And so I want to make sure my terminology is straight as I go forward, because now I should be ready to produce a trial balance based on the relative net debits and net credits. So I'm going to ask it to provide a trial balance by account name showing net debits and net credits. Now I'm asking it to order it. Typically we'd order it first by balance sheet accounts and then by income statement accounts. And you'll see that the default here is just to provide it by alphabetical order. But I'd like it to do first balance sheet accounts. Ideally it's going to put cash first in balance sheet order. Let's see what it does there when it provides that. We're also going to want to check and make sure that the net debits and the net credits equal each other, so we actually have a true trial balance and that the debits equal the credits. So here's the trial balance by account, and it looks like it maintains the alphabetical order, but here's the balance sheet accounts, here's the income statement accounts that is provided there. So let's go ahead and ask it to verify the balance for net credits and net debits, and let's go ahead and verify that balance. Now that's not included in the instructions or the prompts provided, but that's kind of a check we can do to make sure there's not hallucinations or not other issues coming forward. Okay, so it looks like the total debits equals the total credits and they balance, and that makes us happy to move forward. And now I'm going to ask it to calculate net income, and it's going to do that by using the income statement accounts. So I'm always interested to see if it will order it up or what I would need to provide to order it. Is it revenues less expenses? It may or may not look like it's going to set up that way. because when we had our income statement accounts above, it didn't order it, revenues first. It just did it in alphabetical order. So I suspect it will do that again, and I didn't specify otherwise. Okay, so here's the net income calculation. It looks like it has given me revenues and then expenses, and given me the totals, and provided that. So it looks like that works fine. Now I'm going to see if I can get it to format further and make it look like an income statement. It did give me revenues on top. I'm asking for some formatting, and I might need to clean it up further, but here's revenues and expenses. Does not quite look pretty and lined up on the screen. I might be able to ask it to put it in Excel and move that forward, but that kind of works for what I'd like it to provide. I'm going to go ahead and this time ask it in my report the results or share the story to save the income statement to a Microsoft file and give it a title. Now I could title it trial balance or income statement account. We'll see what it defaults to, but if I don't otherwise specify, it's going to default the way it wants to. And I may need to adjust it further based on that. Okay, so it looks like it was able to save that file, and I can certainly open that up. We may want to try some accounting style formatting or some header information as well. Finally, I'm going to ask it to display the prompts that I gave it during this session. And that's so I can recreate it if I want or know exactly what I did. But here it is one by one. I can either ask it to go to a Word file or just provide it in this way. So that completes this lab.